Hi, I'm Catherine Evans from Wiki-ed. In this video, we are going to look at exporting your audio note-taker recordings to audio/video files. One of the things that I always show students is that obviously when you export it, you're not going to get all your notes and you might want those. So I'm going to start by using the speak option. And I'm going to send speech to audio pane. I'm only going to do this one because this can be quite timely. So I'm just going to send the speech from this one slide, and there it is at the back. But if I wanted to listen back to it, I think I'd like to hear what the slide was about first. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to drag it and I'm going to drop it at the beginning. Now I'm going to do the same, but for the notes that I've made. So I'm going to just send this one bit of speech to audio pane. And now I've put my notes in and I'm going to hear that last. And I kind of like that because I'm going to hear what's on the slide. I'm going to hear what the lecturer said, and then I'm going to hear my notes. Some of the most important information I might hear 3 times. When you hear things 3 times, you tend to learn it a lot. So now that I've got that there, I'm going to explore the export options. So I'm going to export this. I'm going to click on export and I'm going to start by using audio as album. I know nobody really likes iTunes too much these days. It's not even on Mac. I'm going to neatly pop it into music and then I'm going to click OK if I can find it. And it saves the whole presentation/recording as an album. And what you're going to see when it's done is if I pull up my file explorer now, go to look in music, you are going to see that there is an album called Exploring Sonocent Audio Notetaker, and inside that album there is a slide, a track for each slide. And I'm going to look at the one I've just done. Notice that the title for each one is what you wrote at the beginning of your notes. And this is why I suggested in my first video about making a recording that even if you don't write any notes, you write what's the title of that slide as the beginning of your notes, because then you'll get a clear title to help you go backwards and forwards. So I'm now going to open up this first one, and it's going to open up with Groove Music. You'll find that it's usually that or Windows Media Player, and you can see already that the slide is appearing down there.
Sonocent Audio Notetaker.
So that is going to record from the microphone.
Introduction.
There we go. There we go. There was her, there was me, and there was her again because of what I did with exporting the text as audio. It looks very, very small, the slide, but if you were viewing this on your phone, it might look bigger. Now at this point, if you were to save this to your OneDrive, you would then be able to open this using the OneDrive app on your phone and listen to it on the go. So that can be a really useful thing. So that's one kind of export. Let's have a look at the other export option that you might choose, and that is audio and images as video. So let's do this. I'm just going to go for medium. I'm just going to click OK. It wants to save it in music because that's where I was last. I'm going to leave that there because this is actually just a demo machine. And let's see what happens when it exports this video. Obviously, exporting a video is a bit longer than exporting just audio. This might be one of those things where if you really had a whole lecture, you would leave this running and go and get a cup of tea. Now that that's exported, I'm going to go again to my file explorer and I'm going to go to music, and now I have 2 and the second one's a video file. So if I open that up, I should find that I now have a video.
Exploring Sonocent Audio Notetaker.
So that is going to record. So the video would be show me which slide is there for each piece of audio. But you'll notice that the poor quality in the first one is purely because that was a screenshot of a shortcut icon, which was obviously very small. So that's another option you might choose. A bit more space would be used, and it might not be so great for downloading onto your phone because you may find your space is at a premium, but it is another option. One of the good things about doing it as an album is that you could just copy across the tracks you wanted to listen to on the go. So those are your export options. As I said, the other thing in there was iTunes. The last one here is text and images, and that gives you the choice of what panes to include. I'm just going to include the text pane. I'm going to put the section time codes in just so you can see what that does. This is a text file. A very pure, very simple text file. So it's going to go really quickly because you don't get much of a smaller file than a plain text file. And I'm going to go to Documents, and it will be this one, today's date. And if I open this up, it's opened up as a Word document, which means that I've got my computer set to open rich text files as a Word document, but I can see what my timings were as well as what my notes were and what my slides were. The only thing missing on there is the audio. However, if you really wanted the audio on there and you had Dragon, you could use the scribe option, which we are going to look at in another video. I'm Catherine Evans from Wiki-ed. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos on assistive technology. And if you want to find me on social media, search for Wiki-ed Essex.